I want to take a little poll first. If you could put in the chat what you have at home for pets. Do you have a cat, a dog, a rabbit, a gecko? We're not going to be making gecko toys, but I'm just curious what everybody has at home for pets. Oh, Katie has a dog. Awesome. Okay, Leah has a dog too. Cool. We're going to start off with our dog toys. So glad we have some dogs coming in. I have a, okay, awesome. Another dog. I have a cat who is, I don't know where he is right now. Oh, he's right there. He's insane. He's insane. So you will probably see him like leap through the air behind me at some point if you're paying attention, because he is crazy. He's like, he's only a year old, so he's nuts. And he came from Florida. He was a rescue. I don't know what was going on with him in Florida, but he's crazy. So yeah, Katie.
Is he a dog or a cat?
He's a cat. Yeah. He's you'll probably see him at some point. He's like all gray. He's very cute. He's very like, I trip over him at night because he's dark gray. I can't see him. And he trips me because he likes to run in front of my feet. He's crazy. Elephant, what? Otto and Louisa have an elephant as a pet. I don't know how you make a toy for an elephant. I think it would have to be a very large toy. I don't know.
All that they can stand on.
Something they can stand on. That would be an engineering feat to come up with something that an elephant can stand on and play with. That I want to see. Now you guys have to make an elephant toy. Now I'm going to expect it. See, you dug yourself a hole there, right? Now you have a big challenge. Awesome. So I guess we'll get started. I guess anyone who was signed up that isn't making it can watch it on YouTube. Again, I am going to put this on, I'm going to share this on our YouTube page so that other people can see it. And I just want to mention a couple things before we get started. One is that if you want to make a toy for the Humane Society, the Upper Valley Humane Society, you are very welcome to do that. You can make toys for your own pets. You can make toys for the Humane Society. You can drop them off at the library, and we're going to collect them in a big box. And when we have a bunch, like in a couple weeks, I'll bring them over to the Humane Society. So they told me that there's kind of two kinds of toys that they're looking for. So if you're looking to make one for the Humane Society, they said there's two kinds. One is a toy that can go in the washing machine or the dishwasher. So they have to be able to clean things so that they can go to different pets and they just get dirty. So, or if you don't want to make something that can go in the dishwasher or the clothes washer, you can make a one-use toy. So they told me that there's things like cardboard tubes, which I have one here, that some of the animals like to play with, and they basically play with them once and they're destroyed, right? And that's fine too. So a toy that just is like super fun, but is just like, doesn't last very long is fine. And she told me, the woman at the Humane Society said that even like a cereal box, some dogs will have a blast with an empty cereal box and they'll destroy it, but they'll have really good time doing it. So those are kind of two kind of types you can make for your for the Humane Society if you're doing that. And I want to mention too, if you make a toy or if you buy a toy, you should always watch your pet when they're playing with it so that you are aware if any pieces are coming off. Just for safety purposes, you want to make sure you monitor your pets when you're playing with them so that they don't accidentally eat part of your toy or something like that. So we're going to be making pretty safe toys, but it's always a good idea to be really careful. And just think, I mean, it's kind of like baby proofing, right? You don't want to have any little parts that can break off that they can swallow. And you probably know your animals the best. So you know what kinds of things they like, right? What kinds of toys they like. And also maybe what kinds of things that might cause them to like do something crazy or get in trouble. So I'm going to go through the materials that I have. I told everyone, I gave everybody some ideas, but I'm going to show you what I have, and I'm going to make a couple things and you can follow along or you can just get ideas to do your own thing. So I see you guys have this, have an empty plastic bottle. So I have a friend who has a puppy, and the puppy really likes to chew things. So I'm gonna make her, her puppy a toy using this plastic bottle. And I noticed, I tried it with the lid on, and I noticed that it wasn't very crunchy, like it doesn't squish very much, but I noticed how I took the lid off, right? It makes that really satisfying noise, and it also is just softer. So I'm gonna try it with the lid off. That was just a little test I did. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna tell you a couple other toys that I'm gonna make, and also the rest of my materials. And then you can kind of get some ideas and see what you wanna make. My other materials, I do have some cardboard tubes. I went out and cut some sticks. This is for my cat toy. My cat actually just likes sticks. So I don't have to do anything to these. I can just throw them on the ground and he'll go crazy. He's weird. I have some duct tape. I have an old tennis ball that I actually found in my yard when I moved into the house. So I don't know. This is kind of gross. And I have some t-shirts. This one I've partially cut up already. I have some really nice fabric scissors that I only use for fabric. And I have some crafty scissors that are more for paper and stuff like that. And I have one of these guys. If these are really awesome, if you do a lot with cardboard, this is a Canary Cutter. They're a couple bucks on Amazon. I've never seen them in a store anywhere nearby, but you can get them on Amazon, and they cut cardboard. So they're great for cutting tubes like this. Really, and corrugated cardboard, it goes right through it like butter. So these tools are really, really cool. I also have some yarn. I have a ball of yarn here left over from a project at the library. And I also have, I don't know what I'm gonna quite do with this. I have a bunch of this ribbon, which I think the cat is gonna like. I don't know. I have a feeling that the cat, this is that curling ribbon, like you run some scissors along it and it curls up. So I think the cat is gonna go crazy for this stuff. That's my plan with that, I think. I don't know. I haven't really thought that one through yet. So types of toys. So what you guys tell me, you can tell it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. Let me know, what kinds of toys do your dogs like and your elephants? Ooh, that's a big cardboard tube.
My dog really likes a big rope.
Oh, okay.
She like has this big rope, and she likes when I play tug of war. I'm like, give me that rope, Daisy, and she's like, ah.
So it's just a big rope. Are there any knots in it or anything?
There's 2 knots.
2 knots. Nice. Yeah, that's a toy that you can make, right? With some old rope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna make a toy that's kind of has that rope, kind of a ropey idea to it. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So yeah, so there's toys that dogs just like to chew on, or maybe tug on, like you pull on one end and they pull on the other end, and they have that. I have a really good time with that. Do any of your dogs like to play fetch? Yeah, I see some nods for fetching. Do they bring it back? That's the question. Or do they just like
loves to play fetch and does not like the bringing back part.
The bringing back is the hard part, right? Yeah. So we are gonna make, so I mentioned the chewing toy, right? We're gonna make a chewing toy out of this. It could also be a tug of war toy, I think, depending on how big your bottle is, because you don't want to get your hands too close to your dog's teeth. And we're gonna make a throwing toy out of this one. So those are 2 types. There's also something called a puzzle toy. I don't know if any of your dogs have one of these. I made one for the cat, my crazy cat, because he can't feed him enough. No matter how much I feed him, he wants to eat more. He's just, I don't know what his deal is. So I just took this this container from the co-op. It had olives in it, I think. It's like one of these like disposable or recyclable deli containers. And it does say co-op on it. It doesn't say what was in there. It's washed off. But I cut a hole in the bottom, and I just put duct tape around it so it's not quite so sharp, kind of smooths off the edges. And what I'll do is I'll put dry food in here, and I'll throw it on the floor, and he'll just bat it around. And eventually some of the food will spill out, like the more he chases it, and he goes kind of crazy. But it keeps them occupied for a really long time, which is nice. So you can do that with your dog too. You have to think about the size of the kibble, right? Because the pieces have to be able to come out. But you don't want them to come out too easily either, right? So you want it to, so that the dog has to like, or the cat has to work at it a little bit to get the kibble out. And my cat will do this just for kibble. I don't have to put special treats in. I can just put like his dry food in there and he is like thrilled to death with that. And some people actually have, I have a friend who has a dog dish. It's like a great big food dish and it has all these little lines in it. It looks like a maze when you look at it, and it's so the dog doesn't eat so fast. So that's another thing you can do. You can put things in your dog's bowl that they can't actually eat, like rocks. I've heard of people doing that, like putting rocks, like big rocks in their dog's dish, and it just slows them down so they don't like inhale their food so fast. They have to work at it a little bit. And I think I worked at the aquarium in Boston, and they were always trying to find things to give the seals to do. So it was called enrichment. So they had these animals that lived basically in a cage, right? And so their lives were not as interesting as they would be if they were in the wild. So they would give them toys like this, and they'd put food, they'd put like fish inside here, and the seals would have to figure out how to get it out. And they'd like shake it in the water and they drag it up on the land. And it actually helps their brain development and keeps them from getting bored. So probably your dogs and cats might get bored at home too, right? If you leave them there for a while, they might like tear up the couch. I'm looking at you, Smudge. Instead, and then you can give them something to do, and then maybe they won't tear up your couch. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my bottle for this one. And I have a piece of t-shirt that I've already cut out. This is my piece of t-shirt. So I just cut out the back. I cut off the sleeves. Yeah, this is the back. I cut off the sleeves and I cut off the neck. And it's a small t-shirt, which isn't ideal. I'd much rather have a big t-shirt. This is a small one, which is why I cut it up. It's actually too small for me. And I'm going to wrap it. Here, I'm going to do camera angle number 2. Here we go. Let me get all my stuff out of the way. And I'm going to put the printing on the inside just so the dog doesn't chew on that part. I'm going to put my bottle in the middle. I'm going to sort of wrap it like a burrito. So I'm going to wrap it in the middle. I'm going to fold in the edges. Boop. See, I rolled it over once, then I'm going to fold in the edges. And then I'm just going to keep rolling like that. And I have a little burrito. And then I'm going to take the other half of my t-shirt. I haven't done this, so I'm doing this for the first time along with you all. And I'm going to cut out 2 strips down the length of my other t-shirt half. So there's a little rip in it. I think it's okay. There we go. It's really stretchy. It's like a stretchy rope now. I'm going to do 2 of those. I've got 2 long stretchy strips, and I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna do a third one. I'm gonna tie this around my burrito. And I'm gonna double knot it. Actually, I'm gonna triple knot it. Why not? There we go. Strings. I'm gonna put another one on here. I think I am going to do one more where the neck of the bottle is. Oops. Okay. Oops, there we go. Cut off these little extra bits. Throw those on the floor and pick them up later. There we go. Does anybody have a dog that likes to chew plastic bottles or likes things that have crunchies in them? Yeah, Katie's nodding yes. And that just feels like it'd be a lot nicer than just a plain plastic bottle. Like it's got a little give to it, something to soak up the drool too, right? Oh, wow, you guys look great up there. Haley's phone. I don't know, is one of you Haley?
This is Heidi and Anders and Axel.
Oh, Heidi. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, this is my phone.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Awesome. I love yours. Those are great. They're so colorful. That's fun. I like those. Mine's just one color, but I like yours better because they're really colorful. So I want to know what Remy's is planning on doing with his cardboard tube. It's like a sword. What's the plan?
I don't think he really knows yet.
Well, one idea, if you have a tube and you're trying to think of what to do with it, I have a little tube. Oh, and I didn't, oh no, I have duct tape. I should have brought my other tape. I have a tube here and I cut a piece of it off. This was a very long tube. And I thought I might try putting some kibble in here. I have a little funnel that I use to put spices in jars, like a little tiny funnel, although you could just like roll up some paper to make a funnel. I was thinking about putting some kibble in here and then maybe just partially sealing off the ends. Because I think if the cat was like spinning it around on the floor and could like, the kibble would kind of fall out. But I think this hole is probably too big because it would just immediately fall out. So that was kind of one of my ideas for this, although I think he would just play with it like as it is.
You could also probably make like holes in the side or something.
Oh, in the side. Yeah. This one, this tube isn't like, it's stronger than a toilet paper tube, but it's still pretty soft. So yeah, I could get like a big nail and poke some holes in it. That's a good idea. And then just seal the ends off. Yeah, I like that idea. I might try that. I have some duct tape. I have scissors. You have to be really careful if you're poking a hole with scissors though, because it's really easy to poke yourself. Yeah, so if you're poking holes, Remy, I don't know where he went, but if you're poking holes, be careful. Don't stab yourself with the scissors because it's easy to do when you're making holes because they're not made for making holes. So that is not what that is for. All right. So Katie's got a tube as well. What do you do with your tube? She's not telling me.
Just, I don't know, I'm seeing what will work.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can do that, especially if you have a lot of tube. Like I have all this and this. I basically have like 3 sections that are this size. So I could try something and then try 2 other designs and see which one works the best, right? And as far as making holes, it's always good to start with small, right? And make bigger holes if it doesn't work for some reason. You can always go bigger, but it's harder to go smaller. Not impossible. You can always put tape over the holes. And I just brought my boring duct tape down, which is this gray stuff, but upstairs I actually have all kinds of colorful duct tape. So that's kind of fun. If you wanted to tape it up, nifty. All right, so I'm gonna try doing one with my tennis ball. And this one, you actually don't need a tennis ball. If you have some extra fabric, you can actually just ball up some extra fabric to be the ball if you want. But I'm going to make a throwing toy since I have my chew toy already, right? I'm going to make a, the cat just looked at me like, what was that? He'd probably attack this. I bet he would. So I'm going to take a piece of fabric that I have in my lap. And this is an old pillowcase. And I wanted a piece, you can see this piece is really long. This piece is much longer than it is wide here. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to put the tennis ball in the middle of all of this, like this. So my tennis ball is right here. And I'm going, so you could put a ball of fabric in here, or you could put kind of anything. I don't know what else you could put in there. You guys have to come up with some ideas. Maybe some cardboard or a ball of paper or something. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this with some yarn. I'm going to tie it actually maybe with some t-shirt, because that t-shirt fabric is really nice to work with. And I'm going to tie it as tight as I possibly can. And then my plan is to cut these longer pieces. I basically have like a big square in the front here and a big square in the back. I'm going to cut these into strips and braid them. So it's going to make sort of, it's kind of going to look like this sort of a ghost, but it's going to have braids. So I don't know if you guys know how to braid, but you need 3 strips to braid. And then, so I'm going to try to cut these in like 3, 6, 9, 12, different multiples of 3, so I can make a bunch of braids down here. And if you can't braid or you don't want to braid, you can actually cut the strips and then tie knots in them. And then it just gives it like something to chew on and grab onto. And you can throw this because it's got some weight to it. So you can throw it and it'll like fly through the air. And then hopefully your dog will bring it back. Maybe. So I'm going to try that. I still have some extra t-shirt here. So while we work, I'm going to put a plug in for Thursday's program. I'm doing, oh, wait, before I do that, I just found out that Sunday was National Pet Day. Because I got an email from Chewy.com, because I've purchased things from them, pet store, online pet store. And they said something about National Pet Day. And I was like, when was that? It was Sunday. So we are actually kind of celebrating National Pet Day, but just 2 days later. Okay.
Yeah, our dog got chicken for National Pet Day.
Nice. Oh, lucky dog. I didn't realize it was National Pet Day, so my cat didn't get anything special, but so in 2 days, so Thursday, this week at the same time as this program, I'm going to do a pet treat workshop too. So some of you are signed up. If you are interested and you're not sure you're signed up, just shoot me an email at some point and make sure you're on the list for that program. But you can also just show up because it's the same link that you used today. It's just on Thursday at the same time. So you can use the same link, show up. We're going to be in my kitchen, and I've never done a cooking show on Zoom, so it might be hilarious. I might drop things. I don't know. It might be like Saturday Night Live meets Julia Child. Like, I don't know. It might be very comical. But we're going to make dog treats, which you can also make for the Humane Society. Why is my phone ringing? So yeah, we're going to make dog treats, and I am also going to share a cat treat recipe. And I was planning on making dog treats and cat treats during that next workshop, but I made a batch of the dog treats and it took forever. So I'm just going to make the dog treats. And also my cat loves them, like loves these dog treats. So I don't really see the need for me to make cat treats because the cat loves the dog treats and ate like 5 of them. It was crazy. So yeah, so if you want to do that one, I think it's going to be kind of fun. And you can also drop your treats off at the library and we'll bring those to the Humane Society. And it makes a lot. The recipe makes a lot because you can make them kind of small. I made mine like quarter sized. And you can make a bunch and you can save some for your own dog and then, or cat, and then you can bring the rest to the library and we'll bring them to the Humane Society for their pets. And just let me know when you drop them off that the rest, just the ingredients, just throw the ingredients on there so that we know what's in them, in case you deviate from the recipe that I shared. So if you're signed up for that program, you will get the recipe ahead of time, so you'll have all the ingredients that you need. And if you do make treats for the Humane Society, put your name on it as well, because I'm going to do a drawing of all the people that make a treat for the Humane Society, and I'm going to give you a prize. So a gift certificate to a local business. So yeah, if you make treats, you can be entered to get a prize. So that's kind of fun. We can just do it for fun. Okay, oops, I'm putting my scissors away. All right, I'm going to cut my strips now. It's gonna be a little tricky because I don't want to cut the, let you guys watch me struggle with this. I did find that it's easier to do this actually on the floor, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to cut right up to the ball. Oops. Well, Smudge wants to say hello. Here's Smudge. Maybe good. No, 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 no. Put him down there. 3. It's not the first Zoom he's been in, nor will it be the last, I'm sure. Oh God, he's back. Okay, hi bud. No, don't go up there. Stay here. All right. Lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if your dog really likes rope, or even if your cat really likes rope, you can actually make a bunch of ropes out of fabric or fleece. And you can make a bunch of braids and then braid them together and then put knots at either end to kind of hold everything together. And you have a really good like chew toy or tug of war toy. So you can kind of like make your own rope, or you can actually use rope and like braid it together to make, or you can even tie like a bone to it, like a bone that has a hole in the middle, like one of those hard like marrow bones. You can put the rope through the bone onto the rope. That's another idea. So many different things you can do and try. Oops. Oh, that's looking good. I had a sister with very long hair, so I spent, oh, that looks great, Louisa. Nice. I had a sister with very long hair, so I spent a lot of time braiding her hair when we were kids. And I don't do very much braiding now because my daughter does not like her hair braided. So trim ends, make it look neat. So Louisa, are you going to try that with your dog? Or your elephant? I'm sorry, your elephant. Is your elephant going to play with that?
Otto's the one that has the elephant. I am the dog.
Oh, Otto has an elephant. Okay, well, where is he now? Where is he off like in the garage trying to make an elephant toy?
No, he's right over there.
Right here. Oh, okay.
No, elephants.
This is my little braided guy so far. He's half of the fabric here is braided. And then I'm going to work on this half. I'm halfway there. This is kind of a long project with all the braiding. I think it's going to be worth it. And then we'll make a cat toy. If anyone wants to share what they've made, feel free. I'm going to show it off. What I think is fun about this project too is you can try something and you're just using like materials that are laying around the house, and you can make something, and if your dog or cat doesn't like it, you can try something else, right? It's like a design challenge where you can kind of just keep prototyping, keep trying things out, and then try something different. And there are people and companies that do this, right? Like my tennis ball. Oh, it's in here now. But it's the brand is Kong, which makes a lot of dog toys, like really hard rubber, chewy toys, and it's a big company. And there's people there that design toys for dogs. So who knows? You could have a career. I wonder if they have dogs on staff that like test stuff out. Think people bring in their dogs. I don't know. My cat is a little bit afraid of my ghost toy, but I think he's gonna like it when it's done. It's not done yet.
I'll be back. I have to go test something.
Okay. Oops. I think I just cut something. That's okay. Oops. Turn that kind of on. Oops. All right. So I was just thinking for this one, I could have made this, put catnip in here, right? And done a very similar toy, but maybe not as heavy for the cat. I think this, even my cat, this might be too heavy for him. But I think my friend, I have a friend with a dog. I think her puppy will really like this. So I can throw it and he can chase it. And my cat is having a blast with actually all the scraps on the floor right now, like an absolute blast. Galloping through the house now. So you guys can keep working on your toys if you want. I'm going to move on to a cat toy now, which I think will be kind of fun. It's kind of a different beast in a way, right? Because my cat really likes, she has a toy, he has a toy that is on a stick, and it's got like sort of a ball with feathers attached to the bottom of it. And so my cat really likes chasing things on a stick. So I call it fishing for the cat because it looks like a fishing pole. And so I was thinking of trying to make something like that. And cats also like things that they can just bat around, right? Like, so a little toy, like a little pouch. I saw some really cute ones online that were shaped like fish and they had catnip in them, but they looked like little fish and the cats would just bat them around the house. What else? My cat doesn't like catnip though, which I find really weird. I have one catnip toy. Every once in a while, he'll find it and like attack it for like 5 minutes. It'll be like the best thing. And then he'll just ignore it for a really long time. So I thought I was going to try to make a pom-pom out of yarn. I don't know if any of you have ever made a pom-pom before. It's kind of fun. But I thought maybe it'd be even more fun, knowing my cat, to try to make my pom-pom out of this stuff, which is sort of like yarn, but it's ribbon. It's like a plastic ribbon. So I thought I would maybe try this. So I'm gonna pull a bunch off of here and I'll show you one way to make a pom-pom, which is kind of my way to do a pom-pom. I don't know if anyone else does it this way, but what I do is I spread out my 4 fingers like this. And I hold the end of the string on my pinky like that. So I'm just kind of holding it with my thumb right here. And then I just wrap around my fingers. Oh, this stuff is slipperier. So I'm just going to wrap it around like that. And if I wanted a smaller pom-pom, I could hold my fingers closer together, but I'm trying to spread them out to make a big pom-pom. And of course, the more ribbon you put or yarn you put on here, the fluffier it's gonna be, right? He's already looking at me like from his cat tree up there, looking down on me as cats like to do, right? They look down on you, like they are superior. Yeah, this stuff is much harder to work with than yarn. I suggest using yarn. Let's see. Has anyone tried any of their toys on their pets, on their dogs? And get a testing, a verdict on the testing. Okay, so I have a big coil here. And what I'm gonna do is tie another piece of ribbon right through the middle here, right here in the middle. And then I'm gonna trim all of these loops and it's gonna make like a crazy pom-pom, maybe. I should have cut my little tie before now I can't put it down. So cut off another little piece here. Heidi's having some dinner. It's making me hungry. Okay, all right, here we go. So I tied a knot here. I'm going to tie it again. You want to tie it as tight as you possibly can. You might even need some help, like someone to like hold the, ooh, that's pretty tight. And you can kind of flip it over and tie it again and flip it over and tie it again. So it's really, really tight. Oh, he's loving this. He's staring at me already, intently staring at me. Okay, so I've got this crazy looking thing. We could put that on a present. That'd be kind of fun. It's like a crazy bow. All right, I'm going to cut all these loops. Attack cat is ready to attack. Okay, I think I got them all. Now I'm going to try to, the stuff isn't quite as flexible as yarn, but I'm going to try to fluff it up a little bit. Okay. Ooh, that's a crazy thing I just made. I've never done this before with curling ribbon. I kind of like it. Could wear it in your hair on the 4th of July. Headband. I don't know. All right, so now I think I'm going to leave these guys like long because it kind of makes it kind of silly. I'm going to tie another string to my stick. I'm totally making this up as I go along, which is kind of what's fun. You kind of get some ideas and then you just sort of riff off those ideas. That's kind of what I'm doing with the materials you have, right? You just kind of use what you have, see what ideas you can get. Tie this really tight. The stuff does tie really tightly, which is nice compared to the yarn. The yarn is so stretchy that it's really hard to tie it tightly. Okay. Tie the other end to my stick. And I left some of the little twigs on my stick so that it wouldn't slip off. Makes it a little easier. All right, so I have my stick and my line and my crazy cat toy. So I'm gonna drop it off. He's staring at me right now, so. I think it's a hit. He likes it. A little bit scared of it. Kind of makes a crazy noise when I move it through the air. It kind of makes this. If I move it fast, he likes it better. And these toys, I never leave out when I'm not around. I put it on a high bookshelf because I'm always worried that he's going to get tangled in it. So like toys like this, I like to save for when I'm actually actively playing with him. I don't like to just leave him around. I think that's a good practice. Now he's scratching. So another cat toy I saw on online that I thought would be kind of fun is someone took a traffic cone, like a big tall traffic cone, and they wrapped it in sisal rope, which is kind of the rope that scratching posts are made out of. And they hot glued it all the way around the traffic cone so that the cat, and they kind of made their own scratching post for their cats, which I thought that was kind of cool. Yes, can get that. Oh, nice. Let's see if I can show off Smudge doing his thing here. A little bit distracted by birds outside. There we go. Okay, he's moved behind over by the couch so he can ambush it. Now he's all done. It's like, I'm a cat. Oh, no, he's back. Wow. That was a good leap. All right, so we just have a few minutes left. Does anybody want to share what they've made or what they have so far? Woo. Cat attack.
I made this little pillow for my dog, and so but once he bites into it, and if this starts to reel, it will just get smaller and smaller and smaller because I made like a lot of it. But I'm gonna duct tape the sides together.
Oh, okay, and make it a little like get all the pieces back held together. Yeah, nice. I like that. Do you have a small dog or a big dog?
Big.
Big. Oh, wow. Cool.
I can, if you want. This is Daisy. Daisy.
Oh, Daisy's a great name. Oh, Daisy's so cute. Is she a Labradoodle?
We're on video.
No, she's a golden doodle.
A golden doodle. Okay. Yeah. She's adorable. How old is she?
She's 5.
Oh, you've had her for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she's cute. I love Labradoodles. I have a friend with a poodle who's also really cute. It's like he calls it a wild poodle because it's not like trimmed or anything. It's just kind of crazy fur and it's like hair. It's like really, it's strange, but he's really, really cute. It's a cute dog. cat just fell over when he was chasing the toy. He kind of slipped. He likes this a lot. He likes sneaking up behind it, attacking it. So where did Remy go with his tube, Leah? Is he making something?
He finished. Oh, I think he took it with him. I think he ended up making a. I think he said it was a pike out of cardboard.
Oh,
I don't know.
huh. Is that a dog? Is that a pet toy or just a human weapon?
I'm not sure. Knowing our dog, she'll probably find a way to destroy it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's all right. That's one of the toys that you can make, right? Something that just kind of gets torn apart. The dog has a great time, and then you have to maybe make another one. I think that's cool. Awesome. And I also talked to the Humane Society about rabbit toys, because they said they have rabbits there and they need things for the rabbits too. So the rabbits like to hide. So they suggested like making like cardboard, like little cardboard houses for them to hide into that they can also chew on. So they do kind of eventually destroy them, but the rabbits will like hide in them too. So I thought that would be a fun project too, if you wanted to, maybe a little more involved for like a workshop like this, but something you can do if you wanted to do something for rabbits, or even do research on what kinds of toys rabbits like, and see if you can make something for the Humane Society. That'd be really cool. Awesome. I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to send me pictures of what you've made, or an email, or anything you want to share in any way, and this will be on our YouTube channel eventually, so you can watch it again if you want, and comment and share it with your friends and all that. So enjoy your break week, and I'll see some of you on Thursday for our pet treats as well. So yeah, definitely shoot me an email if you think you might not be signed up for that. Otherwise, just show up on Thursday again with the same link, same time, same link, just on Thursday. So and tell your friends too. Awesome. Bye, everybody. Nice work.
Bye.
Bye.
Warren.